Hey YouTube land! Hey YouTube land, it's Conjurers here doing another action figure review. Well, I wouldn't consider this an action figure, but it's made by a company called Try Action Toys. Now, before we proceed, as always, these videos are intended for collectors over the age of 13 plus and just to abide by FTC and COPA rules. And what this is, now, some of us, I think it was the 90s, maybe late 80s, some of us who are that old will remember these things. And they're not exactly figures, they're more puppets. So, and if I remember correctly, they had something to do with, the original creator had something to do with Jim Henson's team, I think, Brian Froud and, you know, stuff like that. So, I can't remember the history of them per se. There is a history of them, a history of the Boglins video out there. I think Pixel Dan did one. But this is the new as of 2021. This is the Walmart version. Now, they say the Walmart ones are exclusive. They also have these up on Big Bad Toy Store. So I got this one from Walmart. I have one pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store that should be coming at some point, but it's a different version. It's actually this guy. This is my original version of him. This is the way back when. But before I proceed, I'll go on with the box. So he comes in this fake looking crate, which says do not feed, extremely rare creature, Boglins, outrageous creatures come alive in your hand. King Drool, caution, will eat anything. And then on the back there is a bogologist's field notes. And this is straight up from the vintage box. I remember this from the vintage box, with the exception of these ones down here. The Boggo Bones, the Crazy Clown, and the Blobkin. I remember King Drool's work and Vlob. Vlob was the original one I had. Unfortunately, he deteriorated pretty badly, and you'll see on the work here, who is the one over here, how, you know, age doesn't really hold up for these poor guys. And then here are the mini Boglins, or the smaller Boglins, which is King Wart, King Swog, King Spork, and King Toper. Now, I'm not sure if these are the same ones. These ones definitely look, or this one definitely looks familiar. These ones kind of look new. It says, designed and invented by Tim Clark and Maureen Trotto. Boglins are a trademark and copyright of T. Clark and Trotto. Last T. owns 2001, all rights reserved, yada, yada, yada. On the bottom of the box, there's instructions on how to use your Boglin and how to do the eyes and stuff. There's also this perforated part that houses the tail. There is some assembly required. I'll get into that in a minute. You have to remove there is one tie clip on the front of the box. I'll just move them around without knocking everything over it. That holds this cage piece in place. So I'll just open it up. And then if I take them out, just be wary without knocking over my camera. There is 1, 2, 3 other tie clips right in behind them. So if you open this and you start yanking them, you could overstretch the material he's made out of and tear it. There is a perforated part here that you can punch out. On the original boxes, this was pre-cut, I think. So you could actually put your hand in underneath the box and manipulate the figure or the creature within. And that is it for the box itself. And it does come with this King Drool's Land little mini map and a whole bio on King Drool. Within this scroll lies the secrets of the ancient Boglonimus. Long may he reign. And it gives a little brief bio. I think as you collect them, they'll probably make a big map, because it looks like it's intended to connect together. Now, I do apologize if you're hearing stuff in the background. It's actually starting to hailstone here at the moment. We're supposed to be getting rain and hailstone, so unfortunately you probably hear the smacking of stuff off the metal roof. So please bear with me. Hopefully the audio won't go too bad. You also get this assembly guide on how to attach the tail, and there's a QR code for that as well. So I'll just leave that in the background, and I will move on to the figure. Fish. Boglin. So you have to attach the tail on the box. There's this clear-ish, translucent sort of plastic piece. There's this big rubber bit. Actually, this is 2020 on it. Does my old one have a date stamp on them? It doesn't actually. It just says 7 times limited, Clark, Toronto and Mass. But it doesn't give a date, unfortunately. So, the material this one is made out of, I will say, does feel a little bit different to the old one. The arms still feel chunky. The main body part is a good bit different. The pink for the tongue looks a bit, or for the mouth area, it looks a bit weird. On the original, I'm pretty sure this whole piece was painted. He does have the moving eyes. He has the opening mouth. He has the little horns on his head. And if I just flip him around, you can see the construction of how the eyes work. There's little levers up on top. That is supposed to simulate a wink if you do it right. Now, unfortunately, they're broken on my original one. They break kind of easily, so be wary of that. The arms can rotate. They do have a kind of hinge on them. In fact, actually, no, they don't. They're not on this one. Interesting. On my original, those arms, I think, would be able to rotate. But this one, it doesn't seem to move at all. They're just in place. So you have to manipulate it by maybe attaching something and just moving them around. It does have ears. It has the eyes that move. And I said the eye, or the thing for the wink. Mouth that opens that you control by hand. So he can look like he's talking, even though he's not. And the tail. And the paint apps aren't too bad. He's quite nicely painted. So, for King the work here, this is the older ones. Knock everything over. So if I open his mouth, you can see both sides of his mouth were painted. In fact, I recall his teeth actually having paint on them at one point. But this stuff is kind of really weird. It kind of peels off after a while. So that's probably why they didn't go with that on the new one. You have the eyes, which is kind of cool. Now, I'm not sure if I can get this to work on this one. But unfortunately, one of the things they decided to do with these new ones, if I just turn off my lamp for a second, and see if it works. It's not going to work, sadly. These eyes actually have glow in the dark on them, which they seem to have omitted from the new ones, which is a shame because I always liked the idea of the glow in the dark eyes. But this is my original one, and this is what I mean about the deterioration. He's quite old, and you can see the rubber material that he's made out of, or the latex or whatever you want to call it, has started to deteriorate. I tried fixing it over time with a little bit of glue and stuff, but it's not really the best way to fix these guys. So I am really glad that they are reissuing these guys again. They're not really designed to last that long. I do have another original one, which is one of the water boglins. Actually, I have two of the water boglins. I have Snish and Slobster, and if I dig them out, I'll try and do a video of them. Hopefully they haven't deteriorated past the point of not being able to use them. But this is the work. He's still one of my favorites. My first original one was Vlob, as I said. What's interesting as well, on the original ones, they had this extra piece underneath the mouth that you could hold on to easier for grabbing the mouthpiece. They've left that out on the new one as well, because the material looks way thinner. I'm not sure if I just bring it around there. It's not really noticeable on camera, but the material that this new one is made out of feels a lot lighter than this one. It's really hard to explain, but this one's just has a different feel to it. But overall, it's a really cool little figure. Oh, I wouldn't even call it a figure. A cool little puppet. Great for messing around with and trying to do ventriloquism if you're anyway that good. I do wish they had painted the whole mouth. I'm hoping maybe the new version of Dwarf here, when he comes in, will have the full mouth painted. It could be just something they did with this guy. The paint damps on the mouth were never really 100% anyway, so you can see the tooth is a bit bloppy and the pink is really bright and neon-y. But overall, he's a really cool little dude. So these are available on Walmart. I will try and throw up the link for the Walmart link if they're still available in the description for this video. If not, I'll throw up the one on Big Bad Toy Store. I think the Big Bad Toy Store one is still pre-ordered, so I think they've gone back to pre-ordering another wave of them. So there is that. Overall, great little dude. Can't really say anything too bad about it. I just hope this one might live up to the longevity, but again, more than likely it won't. He'll probably start deteriorating like the old ones do, and over time, depending on the materials he's made out of, if he's made out of like recycled material or biodegradable stuff, he'll probably go faster than the old ones will. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video review, and as I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.